Alrighty, we are pleased to have on today two guests from Saskatchewan, Kade Johnson from Yorkton, and then Ty Campbell from Saskatoon. Both these guys are studs. Everyone knows who they are. Welcome on the show, Ty, yet again. And Kade, your first time. Obviously, you've been blowing my phone up for the last 2 years to come on the show. So happy to have the boys here. And yeah, we're happy to have you boys. What's going on?
Good to be here.
Yeah, excited to be on finally. Thanks.
Absolutely. We have a lot to talk about today, Rep, with these guys. Both stud amateurs. Now Kade has already officially came out. He's coming as a pro golfer now. Ty's on the verge of doing the same thing. But first, let's go to Kade. What's new, man? How are things? What's going on?
Yeah, no, things have been good. It was fun to wrap up a good amateur career out in Windsor and had a good time with those boys. But yeah, I'm excited to make a step now, jump up to the pro level and see how my game competes there.
Chubbs?
Same. I didn't end in Windsor, but I played a two-man scramble, lost in the final with Roman. So that was a tough way to end the amateur career, but it was fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how the game stacks up, see if I can hold my own.
We love to hear it, and we love to see it. We're rooting for you boys, but let's backtrack this a little bit here. First question is junior days. Who's better, Kade, Ty, or me? 1 to 3, go.
Coach.
Definitely Coach. Coach was a stud.
They're talking about golf, not eating hot dogs.
Boys, that was a good junior back in the day. Okay, let's I don't know. I want to talk about like going pro. You know, like I think a lot of guys want to do it, but you guys obviously taking the initiative, like, you know, getting sponsors and working your ass off to get there. When did you guys go, hey, like, you know, I want to play pro golf, that maybe I could do this for a full-time job? Like, when did you guys figure it out?
Ty, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, I've always wanted to play pro golf ever since I kind of got the hang of golf and was enjoying it, grinding every day. And so the ultimate goal was to always play pro golf. I wasn't sure exactly how that was going to pan out after college, but things finished up and the MAC tour was on this year and it seemed like a pretty good opportunity to play a few of these events without having to get status anywhere. So worked out nice and decided that this would be the year. Jumping right in.
Kade?
Yeah, Ty and I are in literally the exact same boat. I was trying to do the same thing. So I was kind of fortunate with COVID, I was able to go back for a 5th year of school and all my classes were online. So treated that really like I turned pro in January and being at the course, you know, long days and more than in years past and taking everything a little more seriously, like being in the gym and stuff like that. So yeah, so and then I noticed my game got a lot better over the last year, being able to practice like a pro. And so yeah, I'm excited to finally get into it. So it's been a long time coming for sure, but over the last year I've definitely seen a lot more strides in my game that I can compete against these guys. So yeah, like Ty was saying, it's a good opportunity to play these McKenzie Tour events without having any status going into it, and yeah, see where we stack up against the mainly Canadians. So it'll be good.
Yeah, that's awesome, boys. Let's talk about the last couple of years. I mean, Ty, you win 2 years ago now in Warman, I believe, right? 2020.
Yes.
Kade, well, you as well. Both have just had unbelievable careers, I think, going back to like Dakota Dunes. You ripped it up there. When kind of like did your game kind of change from, you know, you're shooting the 71, 75 or, you know, 73, 73, and then now you're shooting like a 64, 67. Like when did the game go, wow, not that it's easy, but you kind of found a groove? Kade, Ty, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it was after my first year of school. I went down there as okay player, 3 bag on our team generally, finishing really middle of the packs of tournaments. And then just after that first winter of being down in the States, being able to practice all year round and play all year round and not have to take a big break in the winter. That's kind of when I first noticed that, okay, like this is the path. If I want to play pro golf, this is what I got to do. I got to be going hard 12 months of the year because all the guys in the States already got to do that, right? And when we're only playing golf 6 months of the year, it's tough to catch up. So yeah, for me, it was after my first year of school and seeing how I could improve, and then having that whole winter and then a good summer. And then when I went back for my second year, I was starting to at least kind of compete for a few tournaments a few times. So that was for me was kind of after my first full year of being outside 12 months. So.
Ty?
For me, it was probably my junior year of college. First year was not bad, pretty decent for a freshman. My second year was awful. I sucked. But then third year kind of had a fire going and put in the work and started to shoot a lot better scores, and then just kind of slowly progressed. It's not like anything happened quick, but just kept putting in the work and slowly got more comfortable going lower and figuring little things out, course management, stuff like that. But yeah, it's probably junior year moving on.
So that leads me to my next question. What sorts of different practice habits have you guys brought into, going from junior golf and then 4 to 5 years of college golf, and then obviously now going pro? Like, I mean, I go to the range, I do my own thing, whatever it is, hit some wedges and irons and get my distance down, whatever it is, right? What are you guys doing, before a tournament, or, you both played at the Glencoe, I believe, or that invitational, what kind of things are you guys doing differently that, an average guy like me doing?
I think a big thing is like learning from other people. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people don't do. They have their way, what they do, and that's all they do. I mean, just like being at school, I mean, you learn so much from different teammates, and they explain to you like how to hit shots. Like, I mean, yeah, Ty, after the whatever, right, that I wasn't the AM, I was like, hey man, I can't chip. So he kind of taught me how to chip again. And but just like learning, like using other guys to your advantage. Like,
yeah,
there's so many like, good amateurs in Saskatchewan. You can learn so much from their games by even just watching and paying attention. Like a guy like Dave, right? How he hits those low just missiles all the time and stuff like that. And I play with a guy like Phil Jonas, learn how to like his short game. So I guess that's not more of like really a practice, but more of a tool I use to improve my practice. So then I go and practice, I can feel different ways how to hit different shots and stuff like that. So I think that's a big thing, that not that we do a lot different, but with that. And then also just, I mean, when you're practicing, try to simulate play as much as you can, right? You're not just hitting 50 balls in the range and then going to go hit 30 of the exact same chips from a perfect lie, and then go hit and then go hit 20 straight 10 footers. You're like, wow, like I'm going to shoot 62 today, but I've just had a dead straight 10 footer that has made every single one. Then you get on the course and you're like, oh, well.
And all you did is sliders after that, not one.
Yeah, and you get like a yard of the rough, and then all of a sudden you have a 6-foot slider, like so stuff like that. Try to emulate your actual rounds as much as you can.
Chubbs?
I think the biggest turning point for me as far as practice goes, along with what Kade said about learning from a lot of other guys, playing with Roman quite a bit and seeing how good he is at hitting wedges. This year, I kind of just made it my mission to become a really good wedge player. And so pretty much every single time I practice, like I might hit like 3 or 4 drives, which shows now because I'm not hitting my driver great. But I just hit a million wedges and put me a lot closer to the hole in a lot of instances. And that was a huge difference in my game. And then I just like to get out and play more. Like first couple of years of college, I was a range rat, just sat on the range, working on my swing, and half the time I was doing things I shouldn't have been. And so I like to get out on the course and hit shots, put myself in situations, and learn how to handle myself a little better on the golf course.
You love to hear it. Rip, you anything?
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you guys here. For guys who are in junior golf right now, what was a turning point for you guys and for yourselves to like put in your head that you guys could go pro?
Hi.
I don't know. Junior golf, I wasn't all that great. Maybe top 10, like, I don't know. I was never really all that close to winning, so it wasn't really in my head. I mean, I always wanted to be a pro golfer, But I mean, seeing a guy like Graham Dillette out there striking it around the course, kind of a good guy to look up to. And from there on, I don't know. I've made it after junior golf. I kind of made it a higher priority to really get good. I mean, junior golf, I was still practicing and playing a lot, but I don't think I took it quite as seriously as I did in college.
KJ?
Yeah. Similar to me. I mean, my goal as a junior, obviously I always wanted to turn pro eventually, but my goal then was just to play college golf first. And then I knew if I could go do that to a good school, then I'd have a good opportunity to turn pro. So, I mean, yeah, like I think it's for young juniors to be thinking of it, like absolutely. I mean, I mean, you see these guys on tour, it's a pretty sick lifestyle. You just travel around the world and play sick golf courses. So,
yeah.
But I think, the big thing is obviously, focus on trying to, get a good school to go play somewhere. I mean, I'm sure the Ty feels the same way we've talked about. The deeper south you can go, the better. I mean, just because you can play golf longer and that. So, that'd be my biggest thing. I would say to focus a lot on trying to get to a good school and put yourself in a lot of uncomfortable situations, right? Like if, you're a 15-year-old, why not go drive down to Fargo and play a USM qualifier and see how good these guys are that you're eventually trying to be. And it's not a bad thing to enter a sick tournament and lose by 20 shots. You're like, okay, this is how good I have to be. So kind of use it as motivation to practice harder.
Sets a standard for sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely good points. Cade, you've already announced that you're a pro golfer, which is unbelievable. We're happy for you. Ty, obviously we talked off the record. You're doing the same thing. But first, Cade, first impression right now, like, hey, what's it like? What are you feeling like? You nervous, excited? Walk us through kind of when you made the announcement and then kind of now what's the game plan here?
Yeah, absolutely. I always knew this is what I wanted to do, but once it kind of came out, I had my first talks with Remax a little bit to come on as a sponsor, and then once after that, I was just like, planning stuff like, the announcement and there's so much more that goes into it than I didn't even realize. Just so then it was nice to have like Alpine Drywall hop on, David Johnson Construction hop on. It just makes it a lot easier to go through events and financially free. So, but yeah, on golf wise so far it's nice. I've it's a lot of planning and heading out to PEI, but I mean I could say I'm not nervous, but I'm gonna get on that first tee. I'm gonna be pretty nervous. I know that. But I'm excited.
I'm nervous right now, and I'm not even.
Yeah, no, it's just a different experience, right? So I've played in big events before, but it's just going to be the first one as a pro. It's going to be a little different. So, very excited though. It's going to be fun. I PI for 2 and then meet up with Ty and Elk Ridge, and when Elk Ridge is going to be sweet. I mean, I was looking at the list the other day, a ton of Saskatchewan guys up there, so that's going to be nice. A little more of a comfort level, right, from a kind of an uncomfortable situation, but you have a lot of comfortable players you're with. So very excited and looking forward to it.
Chubbs, you're playing in Elk Ridge as well, and I believe that's when I don't know, is that when you're turning pro? Like that's your debut? Like
it'll be my debut.
You're gonna hit the golf balls and be like, I'm a pro now. So walk us through what you're doing now up until that point, and man, walk us through it.
Well, I'm currently working on a schedule for the winter down south. Trying to piece everything together. Coming up with some greater information to send out to a few potential sponsors. So I'm working on that right now. And hopefully I can settle that pretty quick. But as far as golf goes, I'm still doing the same old, going out every night and working on the game, baby steps. And I'm looking forward to seeing how much better I need to be.
Well, I'll be straight up, and I know Rip knows this. We talked about it yesterday in the podcast. If you heard it, or last week, sorry. You boys made the tour in the Sask area a lot easier for me now. So thanks for you two moving on to play pro golf. Gives me a chance to get in that top 12 now instead of missing the cut. So, okay, let's go to the questions from the gallery here, brought to you by Molson Coors. Meet new Vizzy Hard Seltzer with 100 calories per 355 milliliters. This variety pack has something for everyone to enjoy, including pineapple mango, blueberry pomegranate, strawberry kiwi, and black cherry lime flavors. And boy, did those go down quick. Hey, Rip.
No. Yes.
Okay, there's a lot of questions here, boys. A lot of them are directed to both you guys. Some are to one of the other, but we also have some of our own. Lowest round, Cade, we'll go to you first, and then we'll go to Chubbs.
62.
Where?
2 years ago at Deer Park.
Must be nice. Ty?
I was 62 this year in conference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
John Upsum in that. Oh, boys,
Yeah.
here we go. Rip, you got one here?
I'll go with, I'm gonna ask a question to Kate. So when you made your announcements, was there anyone that reached out to you that took you by surprise?
Yeah, he said me. He said off the Hosel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw off the Hosel said something about me for the first time, so that was pretty cool. No, no, not anybody like particular for sure. But just the amount of people that did,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all. So that was really cool. Like people just, sending tweets that I know or don't know even. So that was probably the coolest part for sure. There's just the amount of people that did.
All right. I'm going to the IG polls here. There's a lot of questions. JC, I don't know. Sherwick too. Does one ever enjoy a glass from time to time? Do you guys enjoy a drink from time to time?
A glass,
Yeah.
a warm glass of shut the hell up. Yeah, absolutely. A guy needs to enjoy a glass.
Oh, is that your buddy that wrote that in?
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah.
My brain's in a blender reading this right now. But no, I like that. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here's one for both of you guys. What is the key to confidence when it comes to golf? We'll go to Ty first.
Shit. I don't know. I've kind of struggled with that a little bit, but you just gotta believe in yourself. I mean, you put the work in on the golf course before, and as soon as you tee it up, you just kind of trust what you've done in the past and know you've done what it takes to get there, and there you are.
You walk around like DJ with a big dink.
Just swag. Here's one from a big friend of the show, always on the show, stud player too. Who would win in an arm wrestle?
Ty. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll see. We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Drew,
I like
we'll put
it.
it on the live stream.
Do it right
Yeah,
now.
there you go.
They do it right now, side by side in the Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Okay.
Ty would win.
Ty Baker already asked if Ty's turning pro. We know the answer. Yes. Eric Diekrager, way off. Favorite club in the bag? Cade.
58 degree. Because the amount of stuff you can do with it. You know, high, low, spinners, and it's just what I use around the green most of the time. So I just love the versatility you can do with it.
I like it. Ty?
Yeah, I'd say my 60, but because Cade said it, I'll switch it up and I'll say putter.
Really? Hot putter, hey?
Disco stick.
Yeah, I just say that to try and get it in my head that it's a good
confidence.
club.
You go back to the confidence question. That's how you get confidence. You say I'm a great
Yeah,
putter.
exactly.
Okay, here's a good one. A good question for everyone listening now that wants to do what you guys have done. How you guys got recruited for college golf? Go to Ty first.
I think we're both on the same path, but I was on NCSA. It's kind of like it's a recruiting website, kind of like Facebook. Every college is on there, and you got a profile, and you just send it to a million coaches. Reach out, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But I'd say that's a real good way to do it. I mean, you can do it on your own, but it's kind of nice having a platform.
Same thing.
Yeah, exact same way.
Okay, my mom wants to ask this. Why did you boys decide to turn pro?
I mean, yeah, like I think I said earlier, like how sick is it you see these guys on TV and go travel around the world and play on real golf courses. Like it's a pretty sweet job you can have. You can But on the flip side, right, there's only so many guys in the world that are able to do that because there's so many spots only on the PGA and corn, right? So
Yeah.
I've just something I've worked for a long time, and I love the game, and you know, even if it takes me whatever 20 years to get to the PGA Tour, I still think it'd be a pretty cool journey and everything. So that's my reason.
Chubbs.
I'd say about the same. I mean, I've always dreamed of it, and kind of in a position where it's a reality, and I think I've prepared enough to be ready for it. So give it a shot. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to make money doing something you love.
Ain't that the truth? How many hole ones, boys?
2.
I got one
Where?
at the Raven on hole 11 in Phoenix.
Nice. KJ?
The old 8 at Deer Park, the little short one, and then 3 years ago at the Canadian Am, the first round, the 8th hole.
Wow, that's impressive.
That was a nice. That was
What course?
Duncan. That uphill
Duncan.
with the
Duncan's toy chest.
blueberry or the blackberry bushes on the left.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's
just a
is
hike
hole
up the
eight-
hill, but you're awarded with nice blackberries.
Is hole 8 the par 3? That's the one that goes straight downhill, right, Yorkton?
The old, it's like 100 yards, but the new one, there's a new hole there now. It goes way left.
So
It's like 160.
the year that we played the Am there, though, that was the par 3, right?
Yeah.
Remember one time I was licking my chop, my wedge. I'm like, oh, this is going in, or it's tight. Bush. Nice fire.
Back bush.
Yeah, just flew in the bush. Didn't do one of these. A little downwind.
Yeah. That is a sick hole.
It is
It
a
was
sick
fun.
hole. Rip.
Uh,
I'll go again if you want.
yeah, go again.
Okay, biggest adjustment you guys will have to make playing pro now. Like we're talking travel, expenses, all that stuff. Or practice.
This is what I mean. Travel. I know. I've talked to Anna Young quite a bit about the pro life because she obviously did it. I think you guys had her on.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of saying, the first year being out of school, when you're in school, you have your coach that says, all right, guys, we're leaving at 6 a.m. Meet at the bus. And then you get on the bus and you just do wherever they take you, right?
Yeah.
So now having obviously book all your flights by yourself and you got to make your own plans, book your hotels, do everything. I think that'll be a big adjustment. On the golf side, no rangefinders. That'll be the biggest one. Besides that, I don't think it's going to be a ton. Once you actually get playing golf, I don't think it's going to be a ton different. I think a big thing would be try to get the money out of your head. Don't think about that and just think about just your game, right? So those are the biggest things I would say.
Ty?
I don't know if I have much to add to that, but I am a little nervous about no rangefinders.
Yeah, I just thought about that like 2 days ago. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it quite often on the golf course, trying to do some quick maths here and there, but I might have to take a calculator out there, honestly. I don't know.
Dude, wait till you guys play in a European event. You guys do meters.
Meters.
Blender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Jews are caddy.
Oh, yeah, we would be flying balls in the bush all day.
I got one here. What is the best piece of advice that you guys have gotten from someone that has played on the pro tour?
Make as many putts as you can.
Yeah.
I'll go. Indirectly, I got this from Phil Jonas through Kade. But he said to surround yourself with like a tour environment. He said, "Is this the one you're gonna say?"
No, it wasn't. But good. I forgot that. That's a good one.
Yeah, he said, put yourself in an environment that gets you ready, like that's legit pro, and like the Canadian tour is a pro tour, and it's got a pretty solid atmosphere. He said. He didn't say stay away from mini tours. Like Kade and I will be playing mini tour stuff when we go down south. But he said try and get status somewhere because playing mini tour stuff's completely different environment. Guys are out there following around, ripping in carts, slinging beers, which is fun. But
that sounds like no fun.
like I think just putting yourself in a place that will get you ready for the next level. Like, I mean, the PGA Tour, there aren't guys falling around listening to music, drinking beers. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty serious. So putting
Game on.
yourself in that environment.
Kade?
I'd say, yeah, it's also from Phil Jonas. Yeah, Ty and I had a really nice lunch with him at NIPS when he was nice enough to kind of point us in the right direction of a lot of ways. So one thing he said also was just try not to be intimidated when you get out there. He said that was his biggest problem his first year. You know, you got out there and all of a sudden, like, you know, we go on the tour now, say you get on the PGA Tour and you're like, oh, wow, there's Dustin Johnson, or wow, there's, you know, the list goes on and on, right?
Yeah.
And it's really easy to get distracted from what you're trying to do out there. I think it was Faraday was on the other day on the TV, and Koepka was on there talking about when he first played with Tiger, just how intimidated he was and how he didn't think about his own game and just wanted to watch what Tiger was doing. And I think Brooks ended up shooting 77 and just got waxed by him. And then the next time he went head to head with Tiger was in the whatever the year that PGA was when Brooks when Tiger made that charge. He was just like, you know, it wasn't intimidated, just kind of, you know, focused on my own game and what I had to do, and he beat him. So I think that's going to be a really important thing to do, is when you first get out there, just to not to be intimidated by these guys and worry about your own game and feel like you actually belong out there.
Okay, I have one more rip. I'm not sure if you have any more. You know, you guys are still young. Like, you're younger than I am, but you're going into your first year here on the pro side of things. And like we've mentioned lots on this pod, like, we're pumped for you guys. That's why we do this, right? You know, one piece of advice though for like young juniors, that, hey, like, you know, this is possible. Not only pro, but, you know, college, you know, get some school paid for, or go down there and experience it. And then obviously the pro side of things, just talk to those young listeners that's, you know, maybe you're kind of second guessing it, not going to go, or don't think they can do it. So just some advice for those young listeners, and we'll go with Ty first.
I know a quote, but not very well, but I'll try and paraphrase it.
The screen goes black. He like types it in.
Something along the lines of like, don't get distracted with what you want now, holding you away from what you want in the future. So like, as a junior, I always wanted to be a pro. I mean, I've always wanted to be a pro golfer, play on the PGA Tour. But at times I would let stuff that I wanted now get in the way of what I wanted later. So I wasn't as motivated, not working as hard as I should have been. So I'd say put in the work. I mean, have fun with it. Don't kill yourself over it. Enjoy it. Get some buddies, play some golf, enjoy it. But I mean, if you want to take the pro route, be focused, have that in mind, and work at it.
Kade?
First, I just want to add on to what Ty said. Every year at the end of your school year, you have your seniors kind of give their advice for when they leave. So they give their advice to the younger guys.
Yeah. And
every single one says, you know, don't wait till your senior year to start practicing, right? Don't wait till the last minute. You're like, wow, this is all I got left. I better start practicing, because by then it's too late. So, but yeah, I'd say just, you got to make sure you're having fun. The moment you don't have fun out there and it feels like a job, it's going to be very, very tough to hold that or sustain that for, if you're 13, 14, you're not enjoying it. Well, by the time you're 18, you're really not going to be enjoying it, and then trying to get through college, right? So
yeah,
you got to enjoy it, have fun, but also, work hard, obviously. And I think don't be afraid to get help, right? Go see coaches, right? Go, ask, reach out to older guys and get their advice, and, play with different people. And like, there's so much you can learn from the game of golf. Like, you really got to be a student of the game to perform at the highest level, right? You can't be you think you know it all, or right, because there's always stuff to learn and stuff like that. So I'd say that, and also, like, just put yourself in uncomfortable situations. It's kind of like I said earlier, right? Like, you're 14 years old, go play in Saskatchewan Amateur, right? Go play against these guys and see how you stand up. Go play USM, US Junior qualifiers, and go, like, play in all these different big time events. Go play a Future Links in BC and see how you stack up, right? there's so many good golfers out there in the world. So if you just kind of keep yourself in Saskatchewan, you're going to think you're pretty good. And then once you get out even to Alberta, Manitoba, and then you go in the States, like there's always so many good players out there. So don't get comfortable. Always put yourself in new situations and keep learning.
Well said, boys. Ty, Kade, like I said earlier, I was joking that the tour might be a little bit easier for me to play on now, but I'm going to miss you guys next year and playing amateur events with you guys. I always love seeing you guys right from junior golf to now. I used to beat you guys, but now I just get waxed by you guys. So that comes with me probably not practicing as much. But yeah, this is a lot of fun today, boys. I appreciate you coming on. Stay in touch and best of luck, boys, and have fun in Elkridge.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you
for
very
having
much.
us. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, see you boys. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.